Good morning, children. Welcome back to the lesson The Indigo by Louis Fisher. Already we had a session on it in which we discussed about the author and a brief introduction about the lesson. The lesson is all about the injustice faced by the poor peasants of Champaran, and one of the peasants, one Mr. Rajkumar Shukla, wanted to detail this problem to Gandhiji so that Gandhiji could help them. In that respect, Rajkumar Shukla visited Gandhiji when Gandhiji was in a convention of Indian National Congress at Lucknow. From there onwards, he started accompanying Gandhiji at different places. Finally, Gandhiji has given him a date. So that is what we discussed today. That is Rajkumar Shukla's wants Gandhiji to visit Champaran, and also Gandhiji stays at Rajendra Prasad's house in Patna, and he also stays at Malkani's house in Muzaffarpur, and he also met with some of the lawyers and detailed about the case, and the lawyers were charging heavy fees from these poor peasants. For that, Gandhi chided them, saying that this kind of cases could not be taken to the law court. Okay, there we stop, children. Now all of you take page number 48, right? Yeah, let us continue. Most of the arable land in the Champaran district was divided into large estates. Now we are going to get the problem faced by the poor peasants in Champaran. That is that is called the indigo problem, right? So most of the arable land, that is, arable means fit for cultivation. Most of the arable land in Champaran district was divided into large estates owned by Englishmen and worked by Indian tenants. The chief commercial crop was indigo. The landlords compelled all tenants to plant 3/20 or 15% of their holdings with indigo and surrender the entire indigo harvest as rent. This was done by long-term contract. So this is what they were doing under the compulsion of the Englishmen. That is, they are the owner of that estates. Englishmen own the place, and who are the workers there? Indian tenants. Those who are living on rent, Indian tenants. And what is the order? 15% of their holding. That means they should grow indigo for 15% of the land should be grown with indigo, and the entire amount, the harvest, should be handed over to the Britishers. And this was done as a long time contract. Okay. Now the issue is, presently the landlords learned that Germany had developed synthetic indigo. They thereupon obtained agreements from the sharecroppers to pay them compensation for being released from the 15% arrangement. Okay, earlier the peasants were giving that 15% of the harvest of indigo to the Britishers. Now the Britishers started getting in synthetic, not original, but some other indigo. The synthetic indigo was available through Germany. So the British landlords, they said, instead of that harvesting or growing and harvesting 15% of indigo, they should give compensation of that. That means in form of money. They can grow any other crop, but that share of 15% should go to the British landlords. Okay. The sharecroppers, the sharecropping arrangement was troublesome to the peasants, and many signed willingly. Those who resisted engaged lawyers. The landlords hired thugs Thugs means ruffians, scoundrels, ruffians. You can write down ruffians, gundas, for example. The landlords hired ruffians or scoundrels to tackle these people, those who opposed. And some people, without any willingness, signed it. Some of them resisted, and some engaged lawyers. And those who resisted, those who are resisting, will be handled with the thugs. Meanwhile, the information about synthetic indigo reached the illiterate peasants who had signed, and they wanted their money back. And actually, the British landlords cheated the illiterate peasants because they were getting synthetic indigo, but unknowingly many sharecroppers signed it. Okay, those days willingly, but later on they came to know that it was a cheating, so they all wanted their money back. This is the issue now. This is the Champaran issue, or the indigo problem, what we say. At this point, Gandhi arrived in Champaran. So at this juncture only, Gandhiji arrived in Champaran. He began by trying to get the facts. First, he visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association. The secretary told him that they could give no information to an outsider. Gandhiji answered that he was no outsider. So in order to study the case, Gandhi went to the British Landlords Association, where the secretary was there, but the secretary denied giving any information, saying that Gandhi was an outsider because he did not belong to that place. So this is the reason he was an outsider. Next, Gandhi called on the British official commissioner. So after that, he tried to visit. Called on means visited. Okay, for example, Narendra Modi called on China yesterday, means visited. Called on the British official commissioner of Tirhut division, in which the Champaran districts lay. So that Tirhut division, where the Champaran district belongs. So he went there. The commissioner, Gandhi reports, proceed to bully me and advise me forthwith to leave Tirhut. What did the commissioner do? Commissioner began manhandling Gandhiji, means bullying him, and advised him to leave the place, Tirhut. Okay. Gandhi did not leave, but Gandhi was very resolute. Just like Rajkumar Shukla was resolute, Gandhi was also determined. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. So Motihari, the capital of, okay, you have to remember all these places and all, okay, capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him. At the railway station, a vast multitude, means large number of people, greeted Gandhi, and he went to a house and using it as headquarters, continued his investigation. Investigation means examination. He started studying the case, and he made one of the house as his headquarters, the place he will sit and study. A report came in that a peasant had been maltreated in a nearby village. Then the Britishers, what did they do? They started manhandling the poor peasants, maltreating. Okay, Gandhi decided to go and see. Finally, Gandhi wanted to see the situation. He wanted to go there. The next morning, he started out on a back of an elephant. Those days, there were no good conveyances, so Gandhi was on an elephant back to reach the place. He had not proceeded far when the police superintendent's messenger overtook him and ordered him to return to town. So when he was on his way to that place, Motihari, where one of the peasant was maltreated or ill-treated, he was stopped by the messenger of the police superintendent, asking him to return to the town. In his carriage, okay, return to the town in his carriage. Instead of the elephant's back, Gandhi has to go along with that man. Gandhi complied, means he followed or agreed. Complied, obeyed, okay, obeyed. Complied, you can write down, obeyed. What's the meaning of complied here? Obeyed. The messenger drove Gandhi home, where he served him with an official notice to quit Champaran immediately. So what was he given there? He was given an official notice. or a memo we can say, to quit Champaran immediately. What is the message? That Gandhi should quit the place immediately. Gandhi signed a receipt for the notice and wrote on it that he would disobey the order. But he decided to disobey. Though Gandhi was an advocate, he was ready to disobey that government order. In consequence, Gandhi received a summons to appear in the court next day. So for disobeying the order, he was given a summons. Summons means a court order to appear before the court. At night, Gandhi remained awake. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar with influential friends. So immediately he telegraphed. Those days there were no other communications. So telegraph was the only resource. So he immediately telegraphed Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar with influential friends. He sent instruction to the ashram. He wired a full report to the viceroy. So Gandhi started doing his homework to settle the issue. Morning found the town of Motihari black with peasants. So the place, the Motihari, was black with peasants, full of peasants. Many peasants thronged. There was a multitude of peasants. They did not know Gandhi's record in South Africa. They had merely heard that a Mahatma who wanted to help them was in trouble with the authorities. Okay, actually Gandhi came there to settle the issues of that poor peasants. So hearing that leader was in trouble, all of them gathered around the place Motihari. Their spontaneous demonstration in thousands around the courthouse was the beginning of their liberation from fear of the British. So dear children, that is the beginning of the liberation from fear of the British. So Gandhi's intention also is to bring up this quality. What quality? That they should be free from fear. The officials felt powerless without Gandhi's cooperation. Now Gandhi is a leader for this person, so the officials wanted whose help now? Gandhi's cooperation. He helped them regulate, to control. Gandhi helped them to control the crowd. He was polite and friendly. He was giving them concrete proof that their might hitherto dreaded and unquestioned could be challenged by Indians. So he said, it could be questioned. Indians could question the authority now. And all the time it was considered they are fearful, but hereafter the poor peasants would never become that fearful. The government was baffled. Baffled means confused. The government was baffled what to do with the situation now. Baffled. The prosecutor requested the judge to postpone the trial. So as a result, the prosecutor requested the judge to postpone, means to have the hearing some other day, the trial. Apparently the authority wished to consult their superiors, and they decided to consult each other what to do with the issue now. Because that much crowd is there, they cannot handle them. Only Gandhi could handle them because Gandhi is a defender for them. Gandhi protested against the delay. He read a statement pleading guilty. He was involved, he told the court, in a conflict of duty. So dear children, here is an important question for you. What is the conflict of duties mentioned or referred in the lesson Indigo? So here the conflicts of duty is Gandhiji. Okay, let us read. On one hand, not to set a bad example as a lawbreaker. So Gandhi did not want to be a lawbreaker. Actually, he objected that order. So he did not want to break the law. On the other hand, to render the humanitarian and national service for which he had come. Another way, he had to render humanitarian and national service for the poor peasants. So he was in a conflict. Conflict means to do or not to do. Okay, dilemma, we call it as dilemma. So dilemma of duty here, conflict of duty here. So one way he felt pity for disobeying the order, that means by breaking the law, and other way he wanted to help the poor peasants. So this is what the conflict of duty is. Okay. He disregarded the order to leave, not for want of respect for lawful authority, but in obedience to the higher law of our being, the voice of conscience, he asked penalty due. So he said, I am ready to accept any penalty for disobeying the order, because he wanted to help the poor peasants of Champaran. The magistrate announced that he would pronounce sentence after 2 hours recess, means free time, and asked Gandhi to finish bail for those 120 minutes. Gandhi refused. The judge released him without bail. And magistrate said he wanted some time, 2 hours time, and he would decide the punishment, whatever punishment. Sentence here stands for punishment, sentence means punishment. And he asked Gandhi to make arrangement for bail for 120 minutes, but Gandhi refused that also. Okay, the judge released him without bail, but the judge decided to release free Gandhi without a bail. When the court reconvened, met again, the judge said he would not deliver the judgment for several days. Meanwhile, he allowed Gandhi to remain at liberty. So judge wanted more time or more number of days to deliver a judgment. So meantime, Gandhi was allowed to remain in liberty. They could not do anything with Gandhi. Rajendra Prasad, Brij, Kishore Babu, Maulana Mahrol Haq and several other prominent lawyers had arrived from Bihar. As per Gandhiji's instruction, Rajendra Prasad collected all these people. They conferred with Gandhiji, means discussed. Conferred here means discussed. Write down. Discussed with Gandhiji. What would they do if he was sentenced to prison? So Gandhi asked one question. Suppose he was arrested, or suppose he was sentenced to prison. Suppose the authorities sent him to prison. What others would do? Gandhi asked. Why? The senior lawyer replied, they had come to advise and help. If he went to jail, there would be nobody to advise and they would go home. So immediately the lawyer said, okay, if you are arrested, nobody would be there to advise and we all would go home. That's all. What about the injustice to the sharecroppers? Gandhi demanded. Then Gandhi asked his second question. What was his second question? What about the injustice to the sharecroppers then? Who would help them, or who could guide them then? The lawyers withdrew to consult. Then all lawyers decided to consult each other. Rajendra Prasad has recorded the upshot of their consultation. What is conclusion? Upshot means conclusion. Write down. Upshot of the conclusion. They thought amongst themselves, Gandhi was totally a stranger, and yet he was prepared to go to prison for the sake of the poor peasants. If they, on the other hand, being not only residents of that adjoining districts, means near to Champaran, and but adjoining, okay, nearby, but also those who claim to have served these peasants should go home, it would be shameful desertion. Desertion, all of you write down. Betrayal, cheating. Then other lawyers also felt, if Gandhi as a stranger, means who was not a person of that place, was ready to sacrifice his life for the prison life, why not they, means those who are living near to the districts, Champaran district? And they felt shame, and they finally said, they finally felt the shame. Okay, then they said, they accordingly went back to Gandhi and told him they were ready to follow him to jail. So this is the final decision. The conclusion is that if Gandhi was arrested, they would follow him into jail. The battle of Champaran is won. So dear children, here is a good expression. The battle of Champaran is won. So when did Gandhiji say this? Question will be there. When did Gandhi declare, when did Gandhi utter this statement? The battle of Champaran is won. When all the lawyers were ready to arrest, court arrest, when all the lawyers were ready to go to jail along with Gandhiji, then Gandhi said this statement. Now that means united they stand, divided they fall. Now all the lawyers are ready to unite with Gandhiji. Then Gandhi said, the battle of Champaran is won in advance. He exclaimed. Then he took a piece of paper and divided the group into pairs and put down the order in which each pair was to court arrest. and he made a plan how they should court arrest or accept arrest, and they made a pair. Okay, so that is what Gandhi's idea. Several days later, Gandhi received a written communication from the magistrate informing him that the lieutenant governor of the province had ordered the case to be dropped. Dear children, say what is the final result? The case is dropped. Civil disobedience had triumphed the first time in modern India. Okay, that is the result. What has actually happened? Civil disobedience. Okay, that is you might be reading much about civil disobedience in Indian history. Okay, so civil disobedience, they were all disobeying that order. The civil disobedience had triumphed, means became successful the first time in modern India, because they want a separate entity for India. Before independence it happened. Okay, Gandhi and lawyers now proceeded to conduct a far-flung inquiry, a detailed far-flung inquiry into the grievances of the farmers. Now they wanted to study about the grievances, the difficulties they faced, or their problems they wanted to hear. Deposition means statement. Write down. Deposition by about 10,000 peasants were written down, and notes made on other evidence documents were collected. The whole area throbbed with the activity. Pulsated. Write down. Word meaning. Throbbed means pulsated with the activity of the investigators and the vehement protest, very strong protest of the landlords. One side, strong protest from the landlords. The other side, Gandhi and people started writing down the problems of or grievance of the farmers. In June, Gandhi was summoned to Sir Edward Gate. The lieutenant governor called him. Summoned means officially calling somebody to appear before a court or somebody. Before he went, he met leading associates and again laid a detailed plan for civil disobedience if he should not return. So once again Gandhi made a plan before going to that person. He said, if something happens to him, we have to follow the civil disobedience. Okay, so dear children, we will stop here for the day, and let us see what we have already discussed. Let us make a quick review of what we have learned or what we have discussed for the day. Today we started with the Champaran issue. Is detailed. What is the issue? That the British landlords wanted 15% of the land be grown with indigo, and entire harvest should go to them. Okay, but later on the Britishers came to know that Germany is developing synthetic indigo, so they asked the peasant to give compensation equivalent to the cultivation of 15% of the land. So some sharecroppers willingly signed without knowing the fact, and some denied, some resisted, some engaged lawyers, and for them the Britishers arranged thugs, ruffians, scoundrels to beat them. And meanwhile the information was available for all the illiterate peasants, and they wanted their compensation back. Whatever money paid, they wanted their money back. At that time Gandhi arrived there. So in order to collect detail about this issue, he went to the secretary of the British Landlords Association. So what did secretary tell him? That he would never give any information to an outsider. They considered Gandhiji as an outsider. And next Gandhi went to the British official commissioner. Commissioner asked him to quit the place. Then Gandhi heard that one of the peasants was maltreated, and he wanted to go and see. But before he reached the venue, the superintendent's messenger came and stopped him, and he was served. He was given an official notice to quit Champaran immediately, but Gandhi disobeyed it. For that he was summoned to the court. But in the court, before going to the court, Gandhi made arrangement. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad and asked him to bring official people, influential people. And the next day in Motihari, what happened? When Gandhi reached there, he could see thousands of peasants gathered there, and the authority was baffled. They became powerless. They asked Gandhi to control the peasants, and Gandhi did so. And again Gandhi had conflict of duty, that means whether to be a lawbreaker or whether to help the poor peasant, that means humanitarian and national service. So finally he decided humanitarian and national service is first, so he denied, and for that he was ready to take any penalty, but the court could not pronounce a sentence, and finally the magistrate said judgment is postponed, and Gandhi was given free, I mean was kept in liberty. Okay. Then meanwhile Gandhi asked Rajendra Prasad and other prominent lawyers what they would do if Gandhi, well, he had to go to prison. Then first of all they said they would go home, and then Gandhi asked who would clear the injustice of the sharecroppers, and they started discussing each other, and finally they decided, when an outsider like Gandhi was ready to court arrest, why not them? So finally they said they would also join him to the jail. Then Gandhi declared the battle of Champaran is won. Okay, and that was the first, and later on the judgment came, the magistrate informing that the case is dropped. Then Gandhi said civil disobedience had triumphed, the first time in modern India. Okay. And after that Gandhi and other lawyers started collecting the grievance from the peasants, and at the same time the strong protest from the landlords was also seen, protest. Okay. And finally Gandhi was given a summons to appear before Sir Edward Gate, the lieutenant governor, and before that Gandhi made a detailed plan for civil disobedience if he should not return. Okay, children, we will stop here, and all of you read well, and also write down the important question and answers, also difficult words and their meaning. And we will meet again tomorrow with the same topic. Till then, have a good day.